Hey guys, 81 kg category now, my predictions for the World Championships. And this is an interesting category, probably has the most variety of unique judokas, all different sorts of types, and lots of really high level guys, very spoiled in this category. So, number one, Nagase. I'm not confident that he's gonna win it, but he's definitely my top pick. Maybe I'm biased, he is my favorite judoka. I base a lot of my judo off of what he does. He did lose recently, and we're going to talk about who he lost to very shortly, but I think someone like Nagase, when he loses once, he definitely makes sure that he really doesn't lose twice, and he's got a lot of people's numbers. There's not many people that can get through him, but one person that did, and relatively recently, is Lee from Korea. Lee is only 20 years of age. He's 20 years of age. He looks to be the next superstar. It's incredible, the stuff he's doing, the techniques he's got, the pace he keeps, the kumite. I'm really excited for Lee. I think the World Championships, I mean, there's a lot of people he's got to get through. He's not as highly ranked as the other guys, so he's going to be in a pool with someone who is a lot more experienced than him, and you never know, they just might have his number. I don't like his chances against people like Molay or Bolta Boyov, for example. And in saying that, I would like to see him against Nagase again and see what Nagase does second time around. Right, third pick is Fujiwada, and Fujiwada, he's someone who he's going into this similar to Hashimoto. He's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders. He's been selected, even though he lost in the final of the selection competition against Nagase. So they're giving him this opportunity, and he will not want to spoil it. So I like Fujiwada. He's definitely worked hard on how he deals with international competition. I mean, he's had losses against Bolta Boyov, but recently he won against him, and he's had losses against Cass and Grigolashvili, but in recent times he's done well against them. I mean, look at this beautiful throw against Grigolashvili here. So Fujiwada, someone building, and Nagase, you gotta watch someone like Nagase. He could just fall off a cliff one day with his age. You never know. So Fujiwada, he's definitely got the momentum behind him, but we'll see what he does. Right, next up, and this is another young gun just like Lee, Schmidt from Brazil. He's just been rolling through people on the ground in the newaza, getting these just ridiculous passes into chokes. I mean, look at this awkward choke here. I've showed it several times on this channel, but it's a beauty. It's a beauty. So he's got to win over Cass. He's got to win over Albarak. Lost to Molay and Grigolashvili. But just like Lee, somewhat like Fujiwada, he's got momentum behind him. He's starting to develop his own style of judo. It's really unique. He's got this kind of pressure, counter style, makes people go to the ground with him in awkward situations, and then he capitalizes. Really interesting judo. I love it. I love watching people like him and Cass who kind of utilize the tachiwaza and the newaza together. Great stuff. And he's only 21, as I said, so expecting big things from Schmidt. Right, next up is Cass, and I don't think Cass needs an introduction. He's been doing some phenomenal work on the judo tour. As I said, mixing in the tachiwaza and the newaza really well, and recently he showed that he's got some great throws as well. But unlike other recent competitions Cass has been in, he's got two Japanese guys that he has to go up against, and generally Cass doesn't have a good track record against the Japanese fighters, so we'll see what happens there. Right, next is Bolta Boyov, and Bolta Boyov, someone who I've picked as a favorite many times, and he's just always managed to lose one and then come out with a bronze. It's kind of strange with the Uzbek guys. They seem to get quite high up there a lot of the times, but often fail to take gold. But the World Championships is in Tashkent, and I mean, home advantage for them, so we'll see what happens. It might be his day, but I don't like a couple of the matchups. Go watch his recent fight against Fujiwada and see how many times he attempts the same technique. It's a little bit embarrassing, to be honest. Right, next up is Molay, and I like Molay's chances in this World Championships. The reason being is he seems to be the kind of guy who rises to the occasion, especially these big events, silver medal in the Olympics. He's an incredible judoka. I love what he does, mixing up the ashiwaza with the big hip techniques, but I don't think he'll get past Nagase. Nagase is just so much bigger than him, and Nagase, who's also an ashiwaza specialist, knows what he's doing on the feet, and Molay likes to use those foot sweeps to kind of set up his other techniques, so I think Nagase kind of nullifies his game a little bit there. And last up, guys, just two notable mentions. Chochi Chulchi's really good. I think he's building. I don't think he's quite there yet at the level of Cass, but we'll see what he does. And Albarak as well. He's got big throws, but can he consistently get through the elite? I'm not too sure. So what do you think, guys? I'll see you later.